Hi, everybody. Let's see. I'm gonna turn the camera around. So I decided. I told Tarique, I was like, we should do lasagna because we haven't had that in a long time, and it is really simple. We're actually gonna kind of walk you through what the ingredients are, and then we'll show you how we kind of put it together, and then we're gonna put it in the oven, and we'll finish the rest of our presentation in our office room. Um,
Mixing skill. Oh, we going over here? Okay.
So we have to make our ricotta for our lasagna, and so awesome thing about this is you pretty much just get all your ingredients together, and you just are gonna throw it into your food processor. So I have an extra firm tofu, 1 lemon juiced, 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, and then it's a teaspoon of salt and about a teaspoon of pepper, and then 3 cloves of garlic.
Frida wanted to know if the recipe is written. It actually is. It's actually on Pinterest. So I'm wondering if there's a way we can either...
It's on Pinterest, but a little bit modified. But yeah, the nice thing about lasagna is that you can kind of play around with it. But so I'm just gonna throw my tofu in here.
See, this is something that we've even
Lemon
used.
juice.
We brought to church actually one time, and a lot of our carnivore friends and members of the church, they actually really surprisingly, to their surprise, they really actually loved it. So maybe you're trying to, you're the kind of person that wants to just do a little bit more plant-based, but you still need that. You're not ready to like go all the way. So this is something that kind of meets you in the middle. It's got a lot of flavor, got a lot of different textures, and you almost feel like you're eating a meat lasagna.
So after you throw all your ingredients in there, you're just literally pureeing it until it turns into a sauce. We're gonna add one more thing. So I have cooking on the stove is just spinach, and it quite literally is as easy as that sounds. It is a 16-ounce amount of spinach, and you just put it in your pot, and you're cooking it until it's wilted, and then you're just gonna add it to your ricotta.
Can you guys hear us okay? I hit the unmute button.
All right, so I just dumped my spinach in there, and then we'll do the rest of the ricotta. Give it. I love ingredients that you can just throw it all in and then it's done. Okay, so this is going to be our ricotta cheese. Sorry, you can hear our kids having an absolute fit. I don't know what to tell you.
Nah, you know that ain't kids plural. You know that's singular. You know that's one kid.
Okay, so this is our ricotta, and what I have here is our tomato sauce. We chose to do the Primal Kitchen vodka sauce. It's really, really good. And all I added to that was I sauteed some onion and mushroom and put a little bit of seasoning like salt, pepper, garlic powder, and oregano. And I just sauteed that up and I just added it all together just because then it's easy to do. I have onion lasagna, like the oven lasagna ready, like you don't have to boil it. That's actually not my preferred noodle, but you got to just do what you can do because I actually like the Whole Foods, the yellow lentil and brown rice. It is really, really good. And like it says, it has 7 grams of fiber, 14 grams of protein. So it's a really good, and it comes out, the texture is perfect. So, but we didn't have time to run in that direction. So I just have some regular lasagna noodles. So we're just going to start layering our stuff. A little bit of oil for your pan. I have avocado oil. I like avocado oil because it has a very light taste. It's not like overpowering at all. So it's a really good oil to use and something that you want. You want the oil, but you don't necessarily want too much taste. So we're going to start by putting our sauce at the bottom. You don't need very much, but it's just to coat the bottom. Helps with the first layer of noodles that you're going to throw down in your pan. So that's kind of the idea there. One reason I really like lasagna is I like Tarique said, we took it to church. People liked it. It's a very I just feel like such a company friendly dish. So I think always everybody should know a lasagna recipe for the friends, you know. So I'm just sorry. I want to do my ricotta. Mixed up.
And guys, I know you're thinking like, you know, tofu, you know, ricotta, like what? But no, trust me, it's something, I don't know what it is, but to me personally, it tastes better than any ricotta I've actually ever had, like any dairy ricotta. Usually ricotta doesn't really have a lot of flavor. It's a good texture, but usually not too much flavor. But this ricotta has really like a lot of flavor. Really, really, I don't know if it's the nutritional yeast mixed with the lemon juice or what, but it really does have a nice flavor. And then once it's mixed in with the, like just all the other stuff, the mushrooms, the onions, everything else is just ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're somebody that doesn't really maybe tolerate tofu, you could actually make your ricotta out of cashews. You could do a cashew cheese, which would be just as easy as soaking cashews and then putting them in the processor. And then pretty much you could probably do the exact same amount of the seasonings and use that instead. So that is a total possibility.
What I may be able to do, I may be able to copy the text from Pinterest and just send it to my device and then paste it in the chat. So that way I know somebody asked whether or not it was written already. And it is on, like I said, it's on Pinterest, but there's no way I could share the Pinterest link in here just because that's on our tablet. But I could probably highlight the recipe and paste it in the chat. That would be pretty. So trust me, this is a recipe that everybody want to at least try. And I usually coin the term at least try it once, but this honestly ain't something you would just try one time. You try it once, like you'll want it over and over again.
And it's a good meal prep dish too, right? Because it's like a large amount you can do fairly quickly and divide up, and so it's easy. It's easy to do for family events, church events.
I just saw my legs on the wall.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go sit down. Oh, goodness. All right. So we'll do one more layer of noodles. I think that the perfect ratio is your base noodle, a middle noodle, and then your top noodle, and then that's pretty much all that you really need. Much more than that, it becomes like too much, honestly. So all right, here we go with one more. The very last top layer. And then we're going to cover it up and we're going to throw it in the oven. We have the oven going at 350. And we wanted to hurry up and get in here and do it because it will take about 45 minutes. So this is definitely one of our longer recipes. Usually we kind of do recipes we can almost do completely. Maybe some prep work, some chopping, but that we can pretty much just do right here. But I just really wanted lasagna, you guys. Like, I was at the store and I thought, what do I want to really eat now? Oh yeah, lasagna. And I love that you add the spinach in what? You have to
Can you
wait.
ask your sister to get some for you?
I don't think we have it. Okay. Okay, so here's our last layer. And we're going to finish it off with, this is our favorite cheese, the Vivo Life cheese. So it's their mozzarella. Yeah, it's a great brand. It does a really good job with melting and stuff like that. So
a lot of vegan cheeses don't like milk. And one thing I like about this is it melts pretty much something you want to do with every dish. It's still something, especially for somebody who is just trying to incorporate more plants into their diet. And then you kind of get everybody loves cheese, even people that don't. I don't do dairy whatsoever no more, so this is a good alternative for me.
yeah, and there can be, so many different reasons why you don't do cheese, right? You don't have to be plant-based.
Should I get more up here?
Well,
Cheese?
sure.
Okay.
If you're lactose intolerant, it is a really good cheese, but Tarique's gonna get a little more cheese. We really like that top layer to be finished off. Our kids really like this too. Well, Elijah, I don't know. He doesn't like anything. He's going through a phase, but
He's going through a picky phase.
What he likes is
oranges
and
raw celery.
So he should just pick it. It doesn't really matter. It wouldn't matter what we made. He still wouldn't want it. Okay. Throw some oranges at him and he's happy. Okay, so we're gonna actually cover this up with foil. Okay, and we're gonna throw it in the oven. 45 minutes. And we'll see you guys in the office.
All right, it wasn't too long.
Yeah, so it's a really, I mean, such an easy dish, especially we've made it a couple times, so I can almost, like at the grocery store, I was just like able to pretty much get everything I needed just off of memory because it is just that easy. And there's, you can just play around so much with it, with your favorite sauce. There's another sauce that we really like called truff, and it's a little bit spicier. And so you can play around with the different kinds of sauces that you use, the different kind of filler. I just did onion and mushroom in my sauce, but you could do zucchini. That would be a really good option in there, and that's just throwing in more vegetables. Like, it's just so easy, and then you can just bake it up and it's done, and it'll definitely be a crowd pleaser.
Yeah, and it has a lot of nutrients in it too. You figure it's got your protein, the tofu, and then your phytonutrients from the onion. So iron, a little bit of iron in the spinach. So it's packed with nutrients and flavor, which is kind of rare nowadays. Usually you have to have one or the other a lot of times, but we're learning how to have the flavor and the nutrients because everybody likes a good meal. We got some stuff in the chat here. Let's see, Sonic the Bong Hog. I'm assuming that's Lewis. This will scale up. Munchie's already on 5,000. I've done ground walnuts to make a mock of ground beef. I soaked the walnuts in spring water overnight and put them in a food processor. The texture was just like ground beef. Couldn't even tell the difference. Definitely.
Yeah. And it's crazy because when you do that, it even appears very ground beefy. And like we've done like an egg roll with the ground walnuts, and his little cousins came over and we're like, what do you think that the meat is made out of? And they're like, well, I don't know.
They had no clue.
Yeah, they weren't even able to, they didn't even think about walnuts.
They went through our whole kitchen because I told them if anybody could guess, they would get like, I don't know, $10 or something like that.
You said $20.
$20.
So they
if
were
y'all
really
could guess
searching.
so they searched through the whole tore the kitchen up, searching, trying to looking through the cabinets, the fridge, like they named everything under the sun. And then by the time they realized it was actually walnuts, it's like, how is that? There's no way. So
yeah, so you can really get creative. I haven't tried doing the walnuts in the lasagna, but I think it would be like really good, really, really good. So I don't know. Somebody try it.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe I'll try it next time.
Okay.
So as y'all know, we are Wakanda, the crown jewel of CBD, and some of you have joined us on some of our recent few weeks. Just in case there's anybody who's not, I kind of want to enlighten you on what's kind of going on here. We have been wanting to just put a little spin on the millennial call and have a little bit of recipe night sometimes, and I'm sure we'll think of other things to do as well. But
we just kind of want to really like engage with everybody and kind of go more into a lifestyle, because we do have many people within Wakana that have transitioned over to either like, a lot less meat and a lot more plant-based. And then we even have a lot of people that are fully plant-based now. And it's not easy. It's a really, especially for somebody who's new to it. So we just always try to like, encourage people and then show options that, there's a lot of options out here and it can be fun. It doesn't have to really be stressful. Like, oh, what am I going to eat tonight? This is a nightmare. Like, just show that, there's a lot of good things that come about with, eating just dietary changes and whatnot. It doesn't always have to be a deprivation type thing, for sure.
Yeah, you can really get experimental. Pretty much anything that you're really eating now, you probably can find a recipe that can mock that, especially through that transition process. I think it's important to like find things that are similar. And so that you're not like your body's in complete shock. Like, yeah, definitely. So it is a lot of fun, and we do want to make it a little bit different. Yeah. So these last few weeks we've been doing a lot of recipes, and I think we might continue on that for a little bit, but we'll just, as the ideas come in, we'll just keep changing it up.
Yeah, one of these days I'd like to do a dessert for y'all too. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, just something different. So yeah, that's pretty much this computer is lagging just a little bit. I'm gonna play this video for you guys. Many of you have already seen it already, but we don't too often really go through the whole presentation and play the video. So I think we'll play this time here, if you guys don't mind. Let's see if the computer agrees. Okay, we gotta turn up the volume.
Over 30%. Welcome to Wakana. We offer natural and organically grown CBD products backed by our 30-day bottom-of-the-bottle guarantee. Our proprietary blends contain more than 15 essential oils like black seed and turmeric, which help in creating the ultimate entourage.
Can you guys hear that volume? Because I'm not hearing it on my computer.
Certificate of analysis on all of our CBD-infused products. These tests are conducted by one of the top ISO labs in Florida to ensure quality and potency inside of every batch. We are one of the few companies in the world who conduct full panel testing to confirm our ingestible products are free of pesticides, mold, and other dangerous compounds. The foundation of Wakana is based on 4 pillars, including health, wealth, legacy, and freedom. According to the current CBD market, there is a tremendous opportunity for you to launch your own dispensary with Wakana. You can retail products online, earning from 20 to 50% of the commissionable volume. By launching an online dispensary, you can win the loyalty of your customers by offering the hottest products like edibles, flour, hair care, tinctures, and topicals. Wakana isn't just a company. We are a movement. During the pandemic, we grew over 100% and expanded our headquarters from 1,000 to over 5,500 square feet. We have over 10,000 customers and a 5-star online rating from our satisfied customers and distributors. So what are you waiting for? Start partnering with one of the fastest growing and most reputable CBD companies in the world. Wakana, the crown jewel of CBD.
It just made sense to me. It was more so about teaching people a more natural way to be healthy.
We had the opportunity not only to just get the 40 acres, but also get the mule.
the waters where the sharks and piranha swim. Remember, couldn't see the sky, it was kinda dim. I never broke, I ain't got that kind of skin. They never should, back for the crown again, royalty. If you got the time, we're gonna talk about loyalty.
I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis at age 17, and now at age 51, I'm finally getting the relief that I need from my arthritis without all of the side effects.
I have witnessed thousands of people overcome so many challenges, chronic long-term challenges that they've not been able to really overcome with traditional pharmaceutical medication.
I went and played golf this year, and normally when I play for the first time after 18 holes, I'm really sore. I took my Impranium in the morning. I used some of the pain cream, on my knees, and it's like I hadn't played at all.
Well, Wakana isn't just a company, even though you can say it is a company, but we really formed this from the beginning to be a movement. We knew that the cannabis industry really had not catered to those who unfortunately were the victims of the war on drugs, and that was minorities, African Americans. And so in starting Wakana, it was really giving birth to an idea that we as African Americans, we as minorities, we as Black and brown people could absolutely play a big role in this. So we see this as a company, a movement that will absolutely revolutionize and change the cannabis industry and help impact minorities all around the world.
All right. So I hope everybody got that recipe. If you didn't catch it, it's in the chat. So make sure you grab it tonight before it closes out for sure. Checking to see if we have any more questions here. Oh, why did I stop the share? What am I doing? Let's go back. There we go.
While so
All right. You want to talk about our founders?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Wakana is woman founded. These 4 women decided to get together and put their superpowers together, so to speak. They each are like the forefront of certain pillars.
Mm-hmm.
And how powerful, because when you specialize in something, like maybe one person could do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how much stronger is it when you have 4 people that specialize in their certain field, and you can come together and really like bounce things off of each other? So that's what really this reminds me of, is that there's 4 corners, that it has created a stable base, a lot of support there. So these are amazing women. They've been really successful in their fields.
Mm-hmm.
And so we all really get to learn and be under them, so to speak.
Yeah,
they
definitely.
really get to pour into us. Dr. Rita does a call during the week, actually like 2. Phyllis does a couple calls as well. Like your mom has her Monday call. Like they try to pour in as much as they can.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want to be successful, you just got to jump on the lines. You got to jump on the calls.
Mm-hmm.
You got to, just invite people, because they have a lot of knowledge.
Yep. They each have I know Senator Pat, she has a morning call. And then just like Sharon said, Melissa Boston is actually my mother as well. She has the Monday call. Phyllis Nash, then lovely Dr. Rita, she has her doctor's call, which I find myself sending a lot of people there, because a lot of times, it's good to hear from professionals that maybe aren't doctors, but for a lot of people, they need that extra validation. They want to speak to somebody that has the accolades behind their name and whatnot, and then the knowledge and the experience. And she definitely has all of the above. So it's really cool this is all we have to offer here with Wakana. It's really neat. So go in here. Just saying the jury out on Melissa Boss Lady, me and your mama translation, Black Don't Crack. That's true. Yeah, a lot of people think we're siblings, actually. And I've been getting that since forever, honestly. Since I was a little bitty kid, like, you know, everybody thought we were siblings. And still people still do.
Like, that's not your mom. No.
Yeah.
So, you know, when they came together with their 4 pillars, they wanted a company that could tap into multiple fields, because revenue is great, you know, if you have a CBD company, but you add in all the things that we've added in with hair care, skin care, essential oils, immune, like we are in so many different categories. It's fantastic. And you look at just like the money, like it just kind of gives you a breakdown, 7 billion, 87 billion, like you're in all of that. So you have all this potential. And so that's really what Wakana is all about, is how can we give you like the biggest potential? You know, when we started, started with CBD products, and it's really gone hard into the wellness.
Super,
and it's given us a lot of opportunity as customers, distributors, especially, you know, now that we have the different bioscans and we have Flat Belly Lifestyle, like it is fantastic.
It's a lot of moving parts, I'll say, definitely. Almost faster than we can really blink, honestly. Like every day I wake up, I'm like, oh, it's really just crazy. Just, it doesn't really seem like it's been 3 years. It seems like it would have taken a lot longer to establish all that we have going on. Like, you know, it's just, it's rolling for sure. Let's see, let's go on to, so we'll just kind of touch on learning and unlearning of some of the cannabinoids. So, and this is something I actually commonly get, like, maybe to us, it may be second nature. We know about CBD now, we know about THC, but for many people, it's not really it's not second nature. It's something that they really don't know about. And one thing I really do enjoy explaining is that THC, which is it's a cannabinoid, it has the psychoactive effects. It's stimulating receptors in the brain's pleasure center, releasing a lot of dopamine, giving you what is formerly called a high. Now, CBD is non-intoxicating. We'll get some after somebody's requesting frozen blueberries. I never heard nobody eating frozen blueberries as a snack. I mean, it's cool, but not for me. Stimulates receptors in the brain that regulate pain, perception, anxiety, and much more. Anti-inflammatory, still offering that pain relief. So as you can see, like really the core difference between CBD and THC is that the level of dopamine being released into the brain's pleasure center you're not getting that with CBD, but you're still you're still gonna have that pain regulating receptor like activated, if that makes sense. Somebody's having a little look. We about to start doing the call. I'll tell you that. So this is a chart that I truly love because it really breaks down some of the differences in kind of what is actually taken care of through what cannabinoid. And I really like how it's broken down. As you can see, CBD, many of the columns are filled out. Anything you see a plant in, that means it can benefit with the side effects shown. So if you go over to THC, it's very, very, very effective in helping with reducing pain, nausea, vomiting or whatnot, muscle spasms. But then you go over here in the CBD, as you can see, almost everything is pretty much covered. And many of our products here with Wakana, like, we pretty much have that CBN, that CBC, CBG, like things like intermixed with our products. So that way everybody's getting different endocannabinoids in their system. And then even like anybody that's familiar with our power products, I know Lewis, he loves those power pre-rolls. Well, he's not just getting THC out of the pre-roll, he's getting THC and CBD. And it's the way they like work together is something so it's just so beautiful. I've seen so many different testimonies and heard so many different testimonies from people that are taking or power products that have THC and CBD, and even our pure products that just have CBD alone. And it really is mind blowing. Tammy said they are good. Try frozen grapes. See, I don't know if I could.
Yeah, I've heard that.
It makes sense, but I'm just like texture wise, I don't know, like frozen blueberries. Can't do it.
They're a good dessert.
So you were kind of talking about the branching out on different fields and whatnot. This kind of talks about that some. I mean, not really. It kind of displays it even further more true to Wakanda, I would say, because I know we said like, okay, we're in the CBD industry, skincare, essential oils, hair care, wellness and immune. Well, this actually shows you just bits and pieces of where we fit in these industries. These are, I would say, I don't know if you guys have tried the Ooh body oil, but that's something that falls into the skincare category. And I've heard so many different things about psoriasis, eczema and whatnot. The bald population, we like to put it in our head. It helps with dryness and whatnot. So and then the wellness and immune, like the essential defense, something that I actually have pretty intense allergies. So I like to use it throughout the springtime, even the wintertime. And it's like a really powerful nasal spray that we have. And then weight loss. Sharon talked a little bit about flat belly, and we'll go more into that some, but then our hair care, like literally is like something here for everybody when you really think about it. And that's really important because the more you have, just the more we can really branch out and really expand to other people that maybe they weren't really interested in essential oil. Maybe they weren't at first interested in CBD, but they were captivated by the fact that, you know, I really want to get into the wellness and immune industry or the weight loss industry or the hair care industry. So it all just goes hand in hand. Let's take the chat. THC helps CBD to be absorbed. Yep, exactly. They work together wonderfully. Mix the tinctures with coconut oil. Really? See, I've never done that before.
Yeah, you know, like even a lot of like with essential oils too, like you should be putting, especially the essential oils that you're trying to put on your skin, like tea tree oil, you know, putting that with the carrier oil, because it has to do with like them being fat soluble, and then if you put them with a fat, then they absorb slower.
Oh, the essential oils he's talking about.
Well,
I see. Oh yeah, definitely.
But then, you know, like the tinctures do have a combination with CBD and different oils and extracts, because then it's more like they work together because they all have their properties, and it just gives you a better effect. But that's also why we have things like the culinary oil that doesn't have any of those things, but you still get the CBD because maybe you want to infuse some of your meals, but you don't want it to affect the taste, because we don't want peppermint in our lasagna.
Right, that's true.
You know, so
speaking of peppermint, one thing I get quite often, some of you may know, some maybe not, the peppermint oil, I know we have two different ones on our site. One is actually mixed already, and that's the spray, so that's already ready to go. It could be used. And then the actual, just the peppermint oil in the regular tincture bottle, that's not mixed with the carrier oil at all. So that's something, let's throw it out there just because you just never know. Let's see. So you can see like this line of different products here. Flavor King right here in the back. I'm a big fan of the garlic fire. I love the Flavor King, but the garlic fire for me is something that goes on 90% of my dishes. Like, I mean, even sometimes, like I may do a piece of toast and I may put a little bit of season on it. Like, it's just, I always find excuses to put it on stuff.
Well, garlic, I don't know, that's like a really big hit for us.
Yeah,
like, we do really like garlic. We love, so it's like, it just makes sense.
And the coffee too. Even for those, I notice, see, I'm not really a big coffee drinker because the caffeine I've always had like a little like just caffeine, I'm just kind of caffeine sensitive, I guess. But but our coffee is made from a green coffee bean. So you're not getting like a excessive amount of caffeine in it, but enough to give you like, a nice boost and to help with the appetite, help burn fat and whatnot. And that's one thing I really love, like enjoy, because I love the taste of coffee, but sometimes I just wouldn't like the effect that I would get. I'd get up and drink a large cup of coffee and then I'd be up all night because, caffeine, I'm really, really, really kind of sensitive to it. So that's just, maybe there's somebody out there that loves coffee too, but they can't really handle it. Just know our coffee is fairly gentle and really good when mixed with, we use like a oat milk creamer.
Yeah. And, also I think why it isn't so overwhelming is because it has like a combination of things like
that makes sense.
Like it has like green tea extract, I think, that Cambodia extract, and then with the CBD. So I think it's also like that it's just a really nice blend and combination that it doesn't give you as much, and you get to choose because the serving size is 1 to 2 scoops, which we usually stick with our 1 scoop. That's plenty for us. And so that also gives you a little bit of fluctuation in how you want to take it. So, and it's helping you with that, flat belly. It's still igniting the inner fire, because you do feel like definitely you still get that coffee like alertness, but I just usually don't get that overwhelming like shakiness.
The jitters.
Yeah.
The jitters. And then so you can see some of our tinctures here kind of towards the middle. And I love how the water soluble, it really breaks down into whatever drink you put it in and you don't get the taste of it. But for me, I'm more of I love the Power Hempranium. I just like to put it right under my tongue and be done. But I know Sharon likes mocktails every now and then and likes a little bit of infused drinks, which is just cool to have that option. And then, of course, we have our pure products. A question that I do get quite often is sometimes it's just a little bit confusion of, does everything have THC? Does everything is, like really like the easiest distinguisher between our CBD and THC products is anything that is pure is literally pure. It's just the CBD only. And all of our power products, whether it's the power pre-rolls, the power pain cream, power tinctures, they all actually are going to have that 0.3% THC in it. And that, same thing for the gummies as well. And so another term for pure gummies is broad spectrum. So something that says full spectrum means that literally full spectrum, you're getting THC and CBD. Broad spectrum means you're getting different endocannabinoids, but you're not getting, different cannabinoids, but you're not getting the THC in it. And that's what, at least our broad spectrum gummies, that's what we mean by that. So just, a little bit of, I know like y'all on the ball. So I'm pretty sure most of y'all, if not all of y'all, already know this. Like, why he's telling us stuff? Like, we've been knew this, but you never know. There may be somebody new, somebody listening in that maybe has that question and whatnot. So I always just like to throw things out there. Let's see.
And power is not also equal like across the board in the sense of like, if it's an ointment, you're not going to see that on a drug test. So, like, because people are mostly concerned about like pure and power because like if they have to get drug tests or something like that. So you can use your pure products like gummies and tinctures, and then you can use your power as your pain cream. Is not going to be a problem.
Makes sense. I'm trying not to laugh because then he thinks he has a crowd if you laugh at him. So that's a little bit. Try dandelion root tea. It tastes and smells just like, I'm about to try. I've seen that a lot of times, even at like farmer markets and whatnot. But I always was kind of like, I don't know, like, but now that you recommended it, next time I come across it, I'm definitely going to try it.
Yeah, it's a liver also detoxifying kind of tea too.
Really? They know that. Never would have known that.
Yeah, we can go. We have some dandelions outside. I can make you a salad because they
Yeah.
are edible.
I don't know about that.
Mommy, I want you snack.
So this is our flat belly lifestyle. Hold on. Hey, I'm gonna take.
Goodness, I'm so sorry. I was talking my head off. um, but so I was just talking about phase one as being plant focused. So the meat is no longer the center point of the food, which is great because it fills you up. Phase two is completely plant-based. So there is no meat, dairy, eggs, any of those things. And what we have made is actually will fit under both of those categories. You can eat them if you're phase one or phase two. And then phase three is a completely raw detox. We started out with 21 days. People, some people had that's a little too much. And so they heard and they made a 7-day cleanse, which is great because that just broadens because people are like more willing to commit to 7 days. And so, Tarique's in the kitchen checking it out. And so it's just really exciting that we have so many different options. So, you can take your people to Flat Belly Lifestyle. They have a really great setup, a really great community. You have them join whatever phase that they feel like is right for them. You can have them schedule their appointment to get scanned. If you don't already, you're not scanning yourself. And so there's just so many options that if health is really something that's important to you, like it gives you a really great platform to not only make money, to share with your family, a lot of support in that area. And I think that is just so important that we feel supported so that we can continue making these lifestyle changes. So it sounds like Tarique is in there. Last time I was in there, it was about 26 minutes. So the lasagna, usually you can take off the tin foil and then cook it for a few more minutes just to make sure that your cheese is melted. Sometimes it kind of like gives it that really nice brownness to it. It just really finishes it off. And so is it done, Tarique?
Actually, not quite. So we're right at 11 minutes on it, but it's getting there. It's getting pretty close.
He said there's about 11 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So it is getting really close. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna be so hungry. So me and Tarique, we both actually started doing the Fat Belly lifestyle. We started with phase 3, and we were I was already doing like some gym stuff and eating changes, and so that just really kind of helped stick with it because I have a really bad sweet tooth. It kind of just helped with those type of things. And so I'm about, I don't know, 45 pounds down. I actually don't step on the scale anymore. I got a new scale that doesn't give me numbers. It only gives me colors. And so all I can tell you is that I'm green. And so green is good. And I just think that, like the focus on how we feel is so much more important. Like if we feel good, we look good, like what more really is there? There's just so much. People are dealing with a lot of pain and suffering, and if we can help with that in any type of way, whether it's through CBD products, whether it's through lifestyle changes, most diseases, 80% of diseases are preventable because they're related to lifestyle. And so just like the lifestyle 2.0, like if we just change our lifestyle, I mean, that's a huge number. 80%, that's a lot of diseases that we could kind of prevent.
That is so true, honestly. And it's like the smallest things that you really wouldn't even think, like this, making little changes, one change at a time, has such an impact on just the overall way that I feel, the way I do things and whatnot. So I know this isn't quite done, but since we're approaching 9, I'm gonna just kind of turn the camera around here. You can see that cheese has to melt quite a bit more, but it's cooking very thoroughly. Check the bottom here. Oh yeah, that's turning out wonderful. So this isn't the finished product. It's probably gonna need about 20 more minutes or so just to really like melt all the way through and get that crispy edge and whatnot. But I kind of wanted to make sure we showed you where we, the direction we're going in. And we'll definitely have to take pictures of it as well, because
yeah, once you take that foil off and you let it, sit in the oven, it does brown really nicely, and the cheese usually melts completely, and it is really, really good. So we're really happy that that you guys came and joined us, that you guys have also been really enjoying the recipes. It's kind of fun for us because we can make our tomorrow's meal, and we have a lot of fun being able to show and share. There you are. And so we can share with you guys what we like to eat and what we are eating, and it just makes it a lot more fun because then it is just like we said, you have this community, and you're just stronger when you have people that you're sharing with. And sometimes you can really feel when it's something so different than how you traditionally eat, you can feel like, oh, I don't know what else to make. And so yeah, we're definitely here. I know somebody said in the comments about Instagram, try to look, and following multiple people like on Instagram.
I think it was Tavares. Yep, it was Tavares.
yeah, just following people. I love Instagram personally because you don't see things unless it's what you are like interested or following. And so I usually do that. I follow plant-based people. The Turnip Vegan is one of our favorite guys, and just to get like inspired so that your food isn't boring and you're not getting tired of eating, spinach salads or something crazy, because there really is just so much to offer in the plant-based world.
Speaking of plant-based world, I'm gonna have to go to Wally World after we wrap the call up. Y'all's nephew, man, y'all took him in there. I promised them these frozen blueberries. I just knew we still had some, and we went through the freezer. They ain't in there.
I told you,
So
no. We used them for our French toast.
I knew we had some more still though. So I'm gonna run to the store and get him a bag of those so that way he could be happy.
You was bribing him. He said, "If you're good, I'll get you some."
I didn't necessarily say that. I was like, we'll get them now. So I took him in there to get them, and then I went through the fridge and I was like, they're not in here. He dropped his whole posture, just dropped his face, and then he walked off.
Yeah, that's like, all he wants is
all he wanted is some frozen blueberries.
Can't we just do that for him? I mean, at least.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think we are. And also, Tavares said the Kendrick Lamar album is coming out tonight. I didn't know that it was coming out that quick. He just dropped that new song last week, so I didn't think it. That's crazy.
That's gonna be so exciting.
I'm staying up for that.
And he really will. By the time I wake up in the morning, he's already listened to the album
the
like
whole thing.
A few times.
Oh yeah. Yep. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I think we're gonna say good night. Let's make sure. I think we got somebody down here. Blueberries are way better than blow. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We don't do that. We don't do that blow pop stuff here. They really love the frozen fruit.
Oh
the
yeah.
Fruit in general, oranges, blueberries, fresh strawberries, it's everything.
But we go through frozen strawberries. Like we buy bags and bags like every week.
And that's how it started, because we were buying so much fresh fruit. And let's say we buy enough fresh fruit for all of us for about a week, and he would eat it in a matter of a day or two. So I'm thinking like we got to have some other like alternative. So I started kind of in the summertime. I was like, here's some frozen blueberries. I didn't really think he would be into it, but he loved it. And ever since then, that's a thing now. Like
him and his sister, like
they come in, they get big bowls of frozen blueberries, frozen black, whatever. Like
and then they have big rings of blue, and their hands are blue, and little Smurfs.
My controllers are blue. Everything is blue.
Oh goodness, yes. Yeah. So I think what we'll do is after we pull out our lasagna, we can probably share it on Flatbelly Lifestyle. Yeah. So
on Facebook and Flatbelly. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So you guys just keep an eye out for your Flatbelly Lifestyle page on Facebook, and we'll actually just post what it looks like. And we just really appreciate you guys. We're 7 minutes after 9, so we're at the end here.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all sticking it out with us, and I know we went a little bit over, so we definitely appreciate that. And look out for that. We're gonna post it on Flatbelly Facebook, and then probably on Wakanda for Life too. Just just that way. Just look out. So yeah.
All right.
And we love you all. Y'all have a good night, and looking forward to seeing you all next week.
Good night. Oh.
Thank you.
Love your union.